Hello, everybody. This is Artie Astor from B Sharp and C. So I just scrolled right through and I wanted to find a band that I've never heard before, never seen. And I came across a band called James, who started in the 80s but started having a lot of success in the 90s. And I listened to a song called, let me find it, Getting Away with It. And it was on the Chris Evans Breakfast Show. And it's a live performance. So I listened to it. I gave it what I think was a fair score. Let me know what you think of my score, but that is what this episode of B Sharp and C is about. James getting away with it. Okay, here we are. We're going through it again. We're scrolling through YouTube, and I'm going to stop at a live performance, and then we're just going to watch it together and analyze it together. I actually hope to get a performance that, well, I mean, I could keep scrolling and then look for something that I don't know. I kind of want to find an artist or a singer or a musician that I've never heard of before, right? So let's start taking a look and see what we can see. 4-minute song, James getting away with it, live on the Chris Evans Breakfast Show with Sky. I have no idea who this is. I think it's British because the word favorite is spelled Favorite. All right, so this is a band or person simply called James. And I have no idea who they are. I don't know this song. I don't even know who on the Chris Evans Breakfast Show with Sky. I know none of this. Let's see if we can go through this at a good pace. Let's go. Nice chord progression.
Are you aching for the grave? Well, that's okay, 'cause we're unsure. Are you aching for the blame? Well, that's okay.
He's got an interesting voice. It's not super dynamic yet, anyways. He almost has a talking voice. Seems to be very well engineered. I mean, as I always say, the headspace is used very nice. It's panned very well.
'Cause we're unsure. We're getting away with it all, mister. Getting away with it all, mister. That's the living. We're getting away.
You know, about the engineering and about how it's panned and everything. It's not super panned. It's not everything is straight up the middle, but it's slightly panned where you have like one guitar strumming here and then another guitar over here. It's not necessarily really separated. His vocal style is not necessarily something that I go out and look for, but it's nice.
Oh, mister, getting away with it all, mister. That's the living. Daniel's saving grace. She's out in deep water. I hope he's a good swimmer. Daniel plays his ace. He hits like his tempo. He knows how to surf her. Getting away with it all, mister. Getting away with it all, mister. That's the living.
It's interesting because they're using So he has the key. If you look over here, he has the Keylab 61, which is the exact keyboard that I have, the Keylab 61. And then he has a Keylab 88. Mine are not keyboards, they're actually MIDI controllers. So you have to play into some type of offset DAW or something in order to get the MIDI sounds. And MIDI sounds on a DAW could be fantastic. So, and I do hear the organ. I'm beginning to kind of pull back a little bit on how good this is engineered, because when the organ came in, that was straight up the middle. And that kind of, once everything becomes straight up the middle, I get a little bothered by that. But the song picked up nice. It had a good introduction, and I like that. And then I was waiting for the bass and for everything else to pick up, you know.
Getting away with it all messed up.
It's getting ready to pick up.
That's the living. Daniel's saving grace. She's out in deep water. I hope he's a good swimmer. Daniel plays his ace. He hits like his temple. He knows how to surf.
The presentation of everything is still something I'm trying to understand. This isn't grabbing me. You know, when you see a performance for the first time, you watch it and it just like reaches out and grabs you. I'm not necessarily feeling that. It hasn't like reached out and grabbed me. I do like the uniqueness of his voice, and the musicianship is really good. The engineering could be better.
Getting away with it all messed up. Getting away with it all messed up.
So I'm beginning to think that either this file, the sound file that was uploaded for this video by Virgin Radio UK, is not in stereo, or the engineering was lazy. But pretty much everything is like right here in my head. There's nothing that really comes out and grabs me as good. Let me make sure that my stereo settings are set up. Let me make sure. So no, it's in stereo. The desktop audio is in stereo. So it's not, I mean, all right, let me try something. I want to give this the benefit of the doubt. Let me play something that I know is in stereo. Ari Aster, I'll do one of my own songs. I know that it's wrong. Okay. Yeah, that's right there. The vocals are right here. You hear that? Here, and then boom. All right, so the stereo, things are in stereo. I find myself confused. Like I find myself trying to let a score form in my head, and I'm taking into consideration the presentation, and I give a lot of leeway for a lot of things when it comes to presentation of a live song, and nothing bothers me about anything. It's a presentation. It's a nice presentation. The dude, the lead singer, is getting into it and dancing around, and I mean that's it. Everyone's going to react differently when they're singing. And you can't fault someone for failing the music. That's the point of music. So I'm looking at everything, and I like that. What do they have? A one, two, three, four, five, six-piece band. Um, you have an acoustic guitar, a Fender Stratocaster, a bass, the dude on the drums who looks like Edge, and the guy on the keyboards. It's a band I've never seen before. I have never heard of any of these people. I've never heard of this song. So of course, I'm going to have to wrap my mind around the presentation of the song and how they're performing it. It's my first time seeing it, but I like what I see.
That's the living.
It's a, it, so okay, so that's a super weird choice for a musical interlude, is to have some type of staticky, undefined sound. I don't know what the heck's creating that sound. I love this dude's dancing. I just love it. I love the fact that he basically almost banged his head off the floor dancing. But I'm trying to find out what's creating that sound. It's either, in my opinion, the keyboards or the guitar, but I don't think it's the guitar.
That's the living. Getting away with
The
it.
keyboard.
Getting away with it. That's the living. Getting away with it. Getting away with it. That's the living. That's called living.
The Chris Evans Breakfast.
All right, so that weird musical interlude.
Getting away. That's away with it. Stop.
I believe it's the keyboard because his finger changes when the chord changes. So he's probably using some type of arpeggiator or some type of programming to play those notes with the touch of just one key. Right there, you see that? Hold on. Watch the keyboard player's right hand. Right here. See that? And yeah. The keyboard player is changing fingers at the chord change. So he's not necessarily playing the arpeggiating all of the notes. I will say this, I'm not a fan of that. I think that that detracts a lot from the music. I think that if you're going to play the keyboard, play a keyboard solo, unless you have some type of programmed arpeggiating throughout the whole entire song, which I swear they did with Eminence Front from The Who when they played it live. I believe because there's so much going on and they only had one keyboard player, that there was only so much that they could do. So that arpeggiating that goes on throughout the whole entire song in the background, they put it on there, they programmed it in, but the keyboard player was still playing the Fender Rhodes and playing the keyboard like keyboard players do. I'm not saying this keyboard player doesn't have skill. I'm saying the choice to play a confusing sound for a musical interlude that isn't personal. He's not playing it necessarily. He's just hitting buttons and it's kind of going through it. Kind of gives the impression of laziness. And I'm not saying it is lazy. I'm just saying, well, why aren't you playing a keyboard solo? Why aren't you expressing yourself? Why didn't you take the time to come up with some notes out of the scale or some chord tones or something to play something that sounds like it's better following the song? But I mean, all that's said and done here, all that's said and done, um, I don't think that this is a band where you have any musician, because I think that they would have shown it here on this performance. I don't think this is a band where any position, when I say position, I mean drummer or guitarist or the keyboard player, right? It doesn't seem like anyone has crazy skills where they're just going to come out and solo. But that doesn't mean anything, because I've seen bands where the guitar player doesn't do anything in the concerts. And then the guitar player leaves the band and does something on his own, and you come to find out he's a massively awesome guitar player. It's just that in that band, his role as a guitar player never really shined. And it took David Gilmour like 6 albums with Pink Floyd to actually realize that, oh, I'm allowed to write guitar solos for my songs. But he didn't really do much when he joined Pink Floyd in the beginning. He wasn't known for writing beautifully melodic guitar solos. That came many albums after he joined the band. Many albums, not many songs, many projects, many albums, many years after David Gilmour joined Pink Floyd is when he started to become known as just a really great guitar player and someone who is known for melodic genius. But I didn't see anything stand out here. To be honest with you, I think, in my opinion, which take it for what it's worth, the lead singer exhibited a very unique style of singing, and I thought that that was interesting. I think that if if you're unique, if you're different, and you're good at it, and you can perform that way, it stands out. The weird dancing, let him do whatever the heck he wants. I mean, Elvis Presley and James Brown did some weird dances, and it became to define them, right? Um, I wasn't crazy about the song in general. It just didn't, nothing about it really grabbed me. But I thought that the presentation was nice, and I thought they all worked together as a band. But I would have to, this is not going to be in the sevens, just because I like for something to grab me. Once you get into the sevens and eights, it's because something has grabbed me, and nothing really grabbed me. I actually still think the lead singer is probably the main inspiration of, or the main focus of this band, I should say. So I'm going to give it a 6.8, and I think that that's really good. I'm sure that these guys are better than a 6.8, but I didn't see it in this performance, if that makes any sense. So that's what I'm going to give it, a 6.8. So that's either the band or the person, James, getting away with it. Let's do this. Sometimes we do this on the show. Getting Away with It, song by James, 2001. Songwriters: David John Boynton Power, James Glennie, Mark Hunter. Are you aching for the blade? That's okay, we're insured. Are you aching for the grade? That's okay, we're insured. We're getting away with it, it's all messed up. We're getting away with it, all messed up. That's the living. We're getting away with it. Daniel's Saving Grace. She's out in deep water. Hope he's a good swimmer. Daniel plays his ace deep inside his temple. He knows how to serve her. Interesting. 6.8. 6.8. Let me do this. The band James. James are an English rock band from Manchester formed in 1982. They achieved popularity during the 90s with 4 top 10 hits on the UK singles and 9 top 10 in the UK album charts. James were formed in 1982 in Raleigh Range, Manchester. All right. In August 1982, after a brief period under the name Tribal Outlook, the name renamed themselves James. Members: Jim Glennie, bass guitar backing vocals. Tim Booth, lead vocals. So the lead vocalist of James is a guy named Tim. All right. Okay, so that's it. 6.8. Will I listen to them again? I am interested to see what else they have. But that song didn't grab me. That performance didn't grab me. But it might grab somebody else. It's just my taste, you know? But that's it. 6.8. What do you think of my score? Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Do you think I wasn't fair enough with them? Do you think I was too fair? I don't know. But this is Artie Astor from B Sharp and C saying until next time, keep it groovy.